Hey Taurus, this is your general monthly reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. It is general, so it might not resonate for every single Taurus that comes across the video. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're going to start with your signifier, past, present, March, and March money, March love, March spirit, and overall March guidance. So let's take a peek for Taurus. Signifier, past, present, March. So for your signifier, we have the Fool. I feel like you're embarking on things that you might not have imagined yourself embarking on before, but I feel like you feel very eager, very curious in this, some kind of new beginning. There's a lot of things that aren't known, but I feel like you're taking it a lot lighter than you normally do. Maybe listening to your guides. So for your recent past, we have patience. We're going to clarify all of this in a second, but for your recent past, we have the Seven of Pentacles type energy, the Seven of Rainbows, and this card is called Patience. So I feel like in your recent past, you were very patient with something that you went through over many moons, over many cycles. You were very patient with some kind of doubts. So we'll see. I feel like you were just going with the flow in a situation despite like the unknowns and maybe some like insecurities that you might have had about the situation. We'll see. So for your current energy, we have the Five of Wands type energy, Five of Fire, totality. So I feel like you're working well with others despite the heat. I feel like there's a lot of pressure going on. I don't feel like there's a lot of conflict because I see all of these people connecting. So I feel like there might be some kind of struggle, but I feel like everything's moving as smoothly as it can, considering what's going on, right? There might be some kind of handoff as well that someone might be bitter about, maybe with love, I don't know. So we'll see when we clarify. For your future, we have the Ten of Fire, suppression. So some kind of burden, suppression. I feel like you might be like working yourself into exhaustion or suppressing a lot of expressions, emotions, maybe feeling trapped by something. Things start feeling a little bit heavy in March for some reason, so we'll look into that. All right, so let's clarify this stuff real quick. For you, Taurus. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. So for your current signifier, I feel like there's some kind of love offer. You're passing off you're like offering your love to someone, or someone's offering your love to you. I feel like there's some kind of like very youthful, ooey gooey, watery type of connection, and maybe that's what you're embarking on, something new. I feel like maybe you're reconnecting with your sense of open-heartedness or something, being a little bit more open-hearted and understanding. I feel like you're leaving like old patterns behind as well, possibly from your childhood. For your recent past, to clarify the Seven of Pentacles type energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like whatever you were very patient about, it didn't leave you feeling very confident, or it might have like drained you financially, drained you of resources and time. But I feel like since this is like the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like it was just something that it didn't last long, because honestly you can't keep a Taurus in that energy for long. So I feel like you moved on to something much lighter, something a little bit more playful, whether it be a job or whatever. You might be starting a job, working with kids as well. So for your recent past here, it just seems like something it put you in an unstable state of mind, like feeling like you didn't have the abundance or the ability to use resources. It just felt like very stagnant. So for your current energy, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So I feel like, there might be a lot of people involved in a situation and you're just trying to like not, you're trying to keep it, I don't even know if I'm ever saying this word right, but I say it anyways. Amicable, like amenable or whatever, like you peacefully. You're trying to make some kind of like transaction between lovers peacefully. I don't really know. It kind of feels like there's just too many people involved and you're feeling that kind of situation and trying to handle it as best you can. Because it does feel good and it does feel new, right? But it has something else going on, right? Let's take one more card for your present energy. The Emperor and the Strength card. You're trying to be very gentle and graceful with some kind of emperor maybe, or some kind of very like stable person. It could be male or female, but someone that might not show their emotions as often, or is like starting to show their emotions, starting to soften up a little bit. But it feels like you're trying to be very like infinitely loving awareness. Like with this lion, if she were to use force, it would bite her hand off. So it's like it takes grace, patience, you know, being gentle. So I feel like you're starting to channel that patience that you put into a wrong thing in the recent past and starting to put it into something a little bit more stable, or a person that's more stable. It could be a job that's more stable, but I feel like it does carry a little bit of chaos, and like despite the lightheartedness, it's like there seems to be something in the way of like celebrating something. It's going to be different for all of you, so take what resonates, apply it. So for your future energy in March, we have the Ten of Fire clarified by the Nine of Wands. So I feel like something is going to be a little bit burdening some. You might feel a need to be like, I feel like you're being very persistent in a situation. I feel like you're being very hardworking in a situation, but I don't know if you're paying enough attention to yourself or to your health. But I feel like here in March, you're going to start learning how to assert a little bit more boundaries, maybe healthy boundaries, so that you can release the tension, release the burden of something. Or you might be like trying to express yourself in some other kind of way that doesn't result in conflict, because I see that you're just trying to avoid conflict. One more for this March overall energy, please, for Taurus. The Ten of Wands in reverse. You're definitely going to be releasing it in March. You're not going to be holding that very long. And I feel like you're going to be dropping those in grace, because the way this dude is placing the Nine of Wands, I feel like you've learned a lot on how to respond instead of react. Because I don't see a lot of chaos cards. I don't see the Tower. I don't see anything like that. I just see something that's another cycle, another lesson being handled with strength and grace. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your March money, March love, March spirit, and overall March guidance. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you, Taurus. Okay, so for your money, we have the Nine of Air. Definitely some kind of liberating from self-doubts, liberating from something that was too loud, too much chaos maybe. But definitely, I feel like for this, because this deck is very particular for me. So I feel like for your money in March, you're going to be in the process of releasing a lot of self-limiting beliefs. You might be also like releasing a lot of like cleaning up old paperwork, something like that, but we'll see when we go to clarify. I feel like you're just stepping out of old limitations because of the way her foot is stepping out from the ledge. For your March money, we have King of Water. or March love, we have King of Water. Very nurturing, giving, loving, emotional balance. I feel like this person has a very like healing presence, even though they might be very stern, they might not like express their face, like show much expression on their face, but I feel like they just have like a nurturing presence and they're teaching you a lot. You might be someone, this type of energy, whether you're male or female, you might be in this type of energy where you're very nurturing, very giving, you're learning how to like emotion like master your emotions and stuff like that. So again, like in the future up here it says like you're kind of learning to like be more responsive instead of reactive. So for your March spirit, we have temptation. So I feel like you're being tempted away from spiritual practice if you do practice, but I feel like there's a need for like discernment on how much you're using something. We'll see when we go to clarify. It does feel like maybe like a little bit moderation is needed, because your spirit is just like, it is tired up here in March. So it is tired and I feel like it needs some kind of attention. And there's a lot of temptation away from that focus maybe of self-healing and self-love. So for your overall guidance for March, we had the Four of Air pop out with the Page of Fire. So I feel like there's a need to like really decompress, reevaluate, like lay down and rest for a little bit, like do what you need to do to get your mind right so that it does, get your mind in a stable place, make things clear for yourself, like sit down and ground, because something is very, very passionate, very fiery, new fiery beginning, and I feel like you will become more inspired and realigned, have more like brilliant ideas for your business or whatever. I feel like your overall guidance is basically telling you that this new beginning will be its very best beginning and very best long-lasting self if you get your mind like in a stable, clear place, because it seems like there's some kind of exhaustion that you'll be facing in March. So let's go ahead and clarify this stuff real quick, and then I'll do your 2 oracle decks, and then I'll let you go. Sorry. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, Taurus. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I appreciate those who do and those who donate. Thank you. All right. March money, love. Oh, they didn't flip. Money, love, spirit, overall guidance. All right. So for your money, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse to clarify, the 9 of Air. So I feel like you're in the process of being called to like heal yourself. I feel like your emotions are kind of getting in the way. Your emotions and like self-limiting beliefs are getting in the way of money. Of course, because like it's getting very heavy there for a minute here. We have the 9 of Air and all of like the 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords or Wands. So it's getting like really heavy. That makes sense, So I feel like what can Taurus do to improve their money in March? I feel like there's some confusion, some kind of intuition block. I feel like your thoughts are keeping you, because it's splitting those stars. So I feel like it's keeping you separate from you and your higher self, you and your intuition, you and your clarity and your like confident decision making. So I feel like for your money, like the best thing that you can do to improve that is work on your like intuitive you know, cultivate your intuition, cultivate your inner peace, stuff like that. Reconnect with your inner voice and clarity for sure. There's probably a need for grounding as well because there's no pentacles in your money. So yeah. So for your love, we have the King of Water and the Hermit for March. And it kind of feels like you are turning to nurturing yourself in a situation. You're turning to nurture yourself and find that inner peace. I feel like you're very aware of this like mental and emotional conflict within yourself, and you're looking to like spend some time alone and nurture and take care of yourself. You might be, again, working on being a teacher, offering your healing to others, but I feel like it takes some wisdom, some wisdom and responsibility to like go off and heal yourself. To maneuver this love. Maybe it's like self-love, I don't know. One more for love in March. Four of Cups. You might be rejecting rejecting a love, like a love offer, or spending time with a love just for some time, just for a little bit, because look at this card. He's reading a book. So I feel like this person's like, come spend time with me, but you're like, I'm doing my cultivation, I'm doing my healing, my self-cultivation. I'm trying to improve myself and work hard, get my emotions stable, my thoughts stable, so that you can move forward in clarity and wisdom. I feel like you're also like not trying to burn anyone around you because you're realizing that you're exhausted and you're a little bit overwhelmed. So you're like, I need to really take time for myself. Okay, Taurus. So we have the Knight of Wands to clarify the Temptation card in your spirit. So I feel like you definitely need to try to focus on some kind of like realignment of spirit, something like that in March, because I feel like you're being like pulled by someone very tempting to like spend your time, resources. I feel like it's very heated, but I feel like you're also, there's just like a lot of distractions around you. There's a lot going on. So it's like temptation after temptation to like keep you away from finding your inner peace and in alignment. So it's like, of course, going to affect your money and relationships. So for your overall guidance, we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, find that to clarify the Four of Air and the Page of Fire. So I feel like it's time to really regain your stability within yourself, your finances, get your home right, you know, get things clear for yourself. Make sure that you start on this new beginning in a grounded fashion, in a very mature fashion, so that it can be long lasting and true, without regrets, all of that stuff. So self-care is taking care of this other person or this situation or this job or whatever. So let's go ahead and look at your Archangel Gem cards. Sorry this lasted so long. It just, yeah, wanted to make sure. All right, Taurus. Overall guidance for Taurus in March. Celestial Quartz. Are you ready to release blocks for yourself and Mother Earth? Do you realize that your own healing helps heal many people on a planetary level? Allow the celestial messengers to guide you to be the true Earth steward and caregiver to the planet. You are the messenger of light and well-being. Well, I'll be gosh danged. Archangel Sandalphon. I allow angels to work through me to provide healing for myself, others, and the planet. I am a conduit for the divine. The planetary grids of light are activated with every sacred step I take. Angels light my path. I don't know why, but I keep hearing like crystal grid. So if you're into crystal grids, definitely like get started on that, and then sit down with a book. Even if you spend one day on it, I feel like it would really help. So inner child card. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Imperial Mystic. I appreciate you guys. I love hearing from you. Inner child card for Taurus, please. March guidance. The Virtue. Sacrifice, steadfastness, and wisdom. There are many things in life that we feel we should not have to do, but we must be careful of what we place in this category, for maturity often lies on the other side of that. So today, try to do one thing that maybe you should not have to do. Heck yeah, that'll get your motivation, and it'll help empower you as well, because I feel like once you get that confidence you need, it's more easy to like feel lighter in this burden, whatever it is for you. So all right, thank you, Taurus. See you guys soon. Bye.